Now with a triangle bisector, we're just dealing with one shape. It's one triangle that's being bisected into two proportional other triangles. And so when we set this up, we are going to say part. So here's a part. So that KM is a part over the corresponding part on the other piece of the triangle. And that's going to be equal to the entire side length over the entire side length. So it creates a proportion that says part over part equals side over side. So those will be proportional to each other. So if we look at an example of this, we have M here. And so I have a part with 12 and a side of 26 and a side that has M and a side, a part that is 8. So remember, it's part over part. Is going to be equal to side over side. So we'll set up a little proportion here. Our part over part is going to be 8 over 12. And our side over side is going to say M over 26. And when we do that, we cross multiply. 8 times 26 is 208 times 12M. We are going to divide by 12. And M is equal to 17.33333. So you can write that as 17 1/3 or 52 over 3 if you'd like, or 17.3. Okay, let's look at another example of that. This one's a little more complicated because I have an entire, I don't have an entire part. I have a side length that has X as a part, and then this piece left that I don't know. So I have part inside. This looks a little funny. Part inside. And then I'm going to use, we have a side for 20, but what is my part here? How am I going to represent that part? So if I think about the whole length is 28, and if I remove X, that gives me that part. So just this portion is 28 minus X. So we're going to set this up part over part again. So 28 minus X over X. And then side over side, 20 over 30. And then we are going to cross multiply. And when we do that, be careful with your parentheses. I'm multiplying that 30 to the entire thing. So 28 minus X is going to go in parentheses first. And that's equal to 20X. I'm going to distribute that 30 in. So 30 times 28 is 840 minus 30X equals 20X. And then we're going to add that 30X to the other side. And we get 840 equals 50X. And 840 divided by 50. And I get 16.8 equals X. Now, if you don't like these really large numbers, you can also reduce this down. So I'm going to say or right here. You have that 28 minus X over x, and then 20 over 30. You have 20 over 30 here. You can actually simplify and get rid of the zeros and cancel those out. So that way when you cross multiply, you have 3 times 28 minus x equals 2x as opposed to 840 and 20x. So this also works as well. It'll give you the exact same answer. So if you want to work with those smaller numbers, you can do that here.